So we were going through this mantra. We have already studied the mantra. We have to go into the bhashya of it. यथास्व मधुकृतो निस्तिष्ठन्ति नानात्यानां वृक्षाणां रसान् समवहारम् एकतां रसं गमयन्ति ते यथा तत्र न विवेकं लभन्ते अमुष्याहं वृक्षसरसो अस्मि अमुष्याहं वृक्षसरसो अस्मीति एवमेव खलो सौमिमा सर्वा प्रजाः सति संपद्य न विदु सति संपद्यामः इति. Can go on saying a little on this mantra. Yatha means as, O good like one Somya, Madhukrita the bees, Nistishtante, make honey, Nanatyanam, by collecting the essences of trees which are located in different directions, Vrikshanam, Rasan, Samavaharam, someone is collected together, collect together. And what do they do it? Ekatam rasam gamayanti, and they reduce those juices into one homogeneous whole juice, which is called by the word honey. Te yatha tatra na vivekam, and as they do not have any such distinctive knowledge, ideas of themselves, that I am the juice of that particular tree, or I am the juice of such and such particular tree, this different and distinctive knowledge they do not possess at all in the form of honey. Te yatha tatra na vivekam labante. What viveka? Amushyam vriksha sarasosmi, amushyam vriksha sarasosmi ti. Evam khalo. Similarly or verily, indeed, this Somya, Imaha Sarva Prajaha, all these creatures at the time of sleep, after merging into Sat, Sati Sampadya, na vidoha, they do not realize or do not identify themselves separately that, and they don't even know Sati Sampadhyamahe, that we are merged into it. They don't even know that we are merged into one, into that Sat, into the existence, and thus they don't even identify themselves separately also. They don't have distinct knowledge of themselves. Bhashya. Yat prichasi ahani ahani satsampadena vidoha satsampannasmaiti tat kasmat iti trishanu drishtantam. As for the question that you ask, yat prichasi ahani ahani satsampadya, after having been merged daily into that absolute existence, naviduhu, all these creatures do not know that sasampannasma, we are retiring into the existence alone. Tat kasmat, and why is it so? This is what you want to know. We have become identified with existence, that why we don't know. Ityatra, regarding this matter, Shranu Drishtantam, listen carefully to this illustration. Yatha loke he Somya, just like as you see in this world, O good looking one, Madhukrita, Madhukurvantiti, Madhukrita. Madhukrita, bees. Which bees you have to take? Those bees which make honey, not general bees. Honey bees. Madhukrita, Madhukara Makshika. More clearly says, Madhukara Makshika, the honey bees only. Madhu nistishtanti, they make honey, they prepare. With what? Madhu nishpadayanti. Nishpadayanti, Madhu nishpadayanti. They prepare honey. How? Tat parasantaha, with all diligence and with all concentration. Katham? How? Nanatyanam, nana gatinam, nana dikkanam. By moving again and again to all different quarters of all the different directions. And they move into those directions, what for? Vrikshanam, rasan, samavaharam, samahritya. They go to the trees in the different directions, in the different quarters, and they suck the juice out of those flowers of the different trees, again and again, gathering little by little, samahritya, ekatam, ekabhavam, and they make it or reduce it into, convert into, or transform into one homogeneous form, ekabhavam, which is called by the word madhutvena rasangamayanti. All the juices are transformed into one homogeneous whole, which is called by honey. madhutvam apadiyanti. That means to say, they transform them into the form of a honey. The most peculiarities, that's why even in India nowadays it is happening. Before it was known in the Western countries, you would find like that. Honey is many type of honeys. Rose honey. They keep that box, and in between the rose flowers only. They'll go to the rose flowers and bring. And you get because there's neem honey, mango honey, different names, many honeys. In India it's available. And this neem honey is very good for diabetes. And one fellow went to Meerut and one well-wisher and brought one big bottle of that one for me. He said, even now in India these things are happening and we are cultivating this way. So that is why I say this, but here we are taking not that example, one particular quality. The example here is different trees, different flowers, bitter taste, sweet taste, sour taste, all different tastes of juice are there. All those juices are converted to one single taste, sweet. See the peculiarity and the greatness just by the touch of the mouth of the bee with that particular juice and puts back into the honey comb, the taste is changed. The sourness, the bitterness is gone. It becomes sweet. That's why it says here, te yatha tatra na vivekam labante. But having become into one homogeneous whole, they do not have the knowledge of their own distinctions, the different identities. Te rasa, those juices, yatha, as madhutvena ekadam gataha, having been transformed into one whole, tatra, in that madhuni, being in that state of honey, vivekam na labante. Vivekam na labante. They do not have the distinctive ideas. Katham? What do you mean by distinctive ideas? He says, amushyaham amrasya panasasya va vrakshasya rasosmiti na vivekam labante. I am the juice of a mango, or I am the juice of a jackfruit tree, etc. In this way, they don't identify themselves with distinction. यथाई लोगे बहुनाम लोग चेतनावताम समेतानाम प्राणिनाम विवेको लाभो भवति अमुष्यहम पुत्रोस्मि अमुष्यनप्तास्मीति. Unlike these bees are not able to identify, the juices are not able to identify, as unlike the people, the Chetanavatam, the sentient people, Bahunam, many, when they gather together in this world, what we see is Praninam Viveka Labho Bhavati. Those people do have, those creatures do have their distinctive knowledge. How? That Amushyaham Putrosmi, I am the son of such and such a person, I am the grandson of such and such a person. That they realize, even being amidst a big gathering. Techa labdaveka santo na sankiryanti. They being possessed of such distinctive idea of themselves, they do not get mixed up. Santo na sankiryanti, they do not get mixed up. Na tata here, but it's not like that over here. In this example, in this illustration, it's totally different. Na tata here, aneka prakar vriksharasanamapi madhura amla tikta katukadinam madhuttene vekatangatanam madhuradi bhaver viveko griyata iti viprayaha. The idea is that over here, in this particular illustration, aneka prakar vriksharasanamapi, the juices of trees of different qualities. How are they? Various kinds they are. Possessing of madhura, amla, tikta. Madhura means sweet, amla means sour, tikta means bitter, and katuk means pungent, etc. Adinam, madhutveni ekadam gatanam, which are reduced into one whole. Possessed of what? Madhuradi bhavena, possessed of only sweetness, which is named as honey, called by the word honey. In that, viveko na grihati, tataya na viveko grihati praya, they cannot be distinguished separately. This is the idea of this particular illustration. Yatayam drishtanta, as you see in this particular illustration, so iti evam eva khalu. So indeed, surely, ima praja sarvaha. Oh, good looking one, Somya. Ima sarva praja, all these creatures, ahani ahani sati sampadya, daily being identified with its existence in the deep sleep state. Shishupta kale, marana pralayascha. Not only in deep sleep, even at the time of death and at the time of dissolution. You become one identified with the existence. But naviduhu, but you do not know that you are merged or being identified with that existence. Na vijaniyo sati sampadyama iti. That we do not know, understand that we are merged in or we are merging into existence. Iti. Sati sampadhyamaha iti sampanna iti va. That we are merging into or we are merged into. That we do not realize at all. Once you realize that, then the thing is over. The whole work is done. This is the greatness of Maya. It will not let you realize that your existence. Tahya vyagro va, singho va, vriko va, varaho va, kito va, patango va, dansho va, mashago va, yad yad bhavanti, tada bhavanti. They, here, before sleep, what were they? Whether they were va means whether they were Vyagra, tiger, or Singh, lion, or Vrika, wolf, or Varaha, pig, or Kita, any insect, or Patanga, grasshoppers, or Dansha, gadfly, or Mashaka, mosquito. With the fantasies here you see, in the whole of this mantra, nowhere you are taken at all. Manushya is not being told that. Manushya should be there. Why it has not been taken? Think over well. Because Manushya is worse than these animals. Knowingly it seems that the Shruti is not taking the word over here, Manushya. And the Rishi who is telling this mantra, has seen this mantra and telling this mantra to his son, is also not adding like you. If it added Shiveti to us, it would have been okay. By him only we can take all the Manushyas. But nowhere is mentioning about Manushyas at all, directly or indirectly. But by this you can say, yad yad bhavanti, tat abhavanti. Whichever creature they might have been before, they become that same thing again after sleep. They come back into the same form. With this you can take now in Manusha and all these are coming up. All the leftover things are coming. Yad yad bhavanti means Manushattam madhikam yad bhavanti, tasaram tathaiva abhavanti. Bhashyam. Yasmacha evam atma suddhapratam agyatvaiva sat sampadhyante. Since in this way, yasmat evam, since in this way, atma suddhapratam agyate, without knowing their nature as existence, sansapadhyante, they merge into existence. Ataha, therefore, they have in this world yaloke yat karma nimittam yam jatim pratipanna asanna. Ataha, therefore, they means they, here in this world, loke, yat karma nimittam, according to their which actions they had attained these forms before going to sleep. To whichever class, yam jatim, the Singha Jati or whichever class it is, Pratipanna Asan, they had belonged to Vyagradinam, as tiger, etc. Vyagroham, Singoham, Vityevam, I am a tiger, I am a lion, etc. In this way, those creatures, tat karma jnana vasanam santah. They, while they are sleeping, when they are going to sleep, they had not a resolution, they had not resolved that I am entering into or getting merged into or I will be merging into existence. They had not this knowledge. Without this knowledge, they went to sleep. That is why when they are going to sleep, because of lack of this knowledge, what happened was they went along with these things. Karma, jnana, vasana. With the past actions, along with their ankita, marked by. They were marked by, just like in a luggage room, your luggage is marked and put in, thrown into it, is not. Similarly, you are all thrown into that existence with the marking of your own. What was the marking system? Karma was number one. Two, your own upasanas, jnana, and the vasana, the tendencies that you had. Karma, jnana, vasana. With the individual results of actions, upasana means the meditations, and the tendencies, the vasanas that you had. Santaha sat pravishtapi. Even after merging, sat pravishtapi, even after merging, those did not get dissolved or those did not get destroyed. Which? The karma, upasana, and the vasana. That is why tad bhavenaiva punarabhavanti. Even after merging, api is there's a sat pravishta api. Even after merging, being identified with the existence to that state, but still you could not destroy your own karma, vasana, and upasana. Due to which, what happened was punar abhavanti. Along with those actions, now the vasana, the upasanas, the meditations, and the vasanas, the tendencies, you come back to this world. Punar abhavanti. Punah sata agatya. Again, returning from that existence. They, Vyagrova, Singova, Vrikova, Varahava, Kitova, Patangova, Danshova, Barakova, Yadyat Puram Yallovivanti. That which they were before in this world. Babuhu. There's a Bhavanti is told when let lagar, but you have to take Babuhu, that they were before. Sleep. The same they'll come back now. There you can take present tense Bhavanti. Tadeva punaragatya Bhavanti. They verily get the same form. Punaragatya Bhavanti. The same one as they were before. Why this being told? Even you might be sleeping at 4, 5 hours, 6 hours. But Bhashikara says, Yuga Sahasra Kotyantarita Api. How bhayankar. Yuga Sahasra Kotyantarita. That's why, because if you get Prakriti Laya, with some yogis meditate on Prakriti, they become Prakriti Laya Purusha. In Prakriti Laya Purusha, millions and millions of years they are there. That's why he says, even then, because of the lack of the knowledge of Aham Brahmasmi, and because of the lack of the experience of that Aham Brahmasmi, after the so many years being in the form of Prakriti, again they will take birth on this earth. Depending upon their karma, jnana, and vasana. That's why Bhashikar adds here, Yuga Sahasra Kotyantaritapi. Even after a lapse of 1,000 crores of years, aeons actually, not years, yuga. Yugas with ages, aeons. Yuga Sahasra Kotyantarita. Yuga Sahasra is 1 crore. 1,000 crores of aeons. Even after lapse of 1,000 crores of aeons also, that person will come back to the same state as he had begun in the beginning. Before going to that state, what he was, he comes back to the same place. This is what we say that Koluka bell, this what you call as oil extracting things. The bile is there. They usually the buffalo or something is being tied to it, the bull or something. It goes round and just stops at one place. That again goes, comes the same place and stops. Same place will come and stop. Again said, it will go. Like, come, same place will stop. Same result is of all the jivas creatures. How many years it takes, how many time it will happen, nobody knows. तो युग सहस्र कोट्यंतरतापि संसारिण जंतो या पुरा भावित वासना सा न नश्यति इत्यर्थः. Of these sansaris, of these transmigrating creatures, yapura bhavita vasana, that which were cultivated before, those tendencies, none shanti, they never get destroyed, even though you may be identified with that existence for many millions and millions of years also. Because you are identifying with that existence along with your karma jnana and vasana. That is, and these never get destroyed over there. These has to be destroyed by experiencing the self over in the Jagrata Avastha. That is why you see, yatha pragyam sambhavaha ita shrutyantarat. They are born in accordance with their own internal mental impressions. Yatha pragyam, in accordance with their mental impressions, vasanas and tendencies. They do take sambhavaha births again and again. Iti Shrutantra, depending on this, another Vedic text, Bhaskara has added here, Yuga Sasra Kotyantrita. Sa ya esho animaitadatma vidigung sarvam, tat satyam sa atma tattamasi shvedageto iti bhuya eva ma bhagavan vidyapayatvriti tadha somyeti hovacha. That which is this subtle essence, saya esha anima. That which is this anima means subtle essence. Aitadattam idam sarvam. All this has got that existence as their own self. Tat satyam. That is the absolute truth. Satma. That is the self. Tatmasi. The word that. He Shvetagedo, O Shvetagedo, iti. And the sun says, Bhuya eva ma bhagavan vidyapayatu iti. May the Venerable Sir explain to me again, because still I have another doubt. What is that doubt? He says, a person having got out of sleep goes to some other village from his house. When he goes over there, he knows that I am come from such and such particular village, I am come from my house, he knows that at least. Similarly, okay, when we were going, we don't know that we are going to existence. When we were there, we had not known that we are merged into the existence. But at least after coming out of that existence, you should be knowing that I have come out the next day morning. After we got out of the sleep, and once you wake up, at that time at least you should be able to realize that aham sukam asvapsam means that I was united or one or identified with that absolute bliss. Therefore, I am coming out of that bliss. You should have known that. Why do those people don't even know that? When we get up, what do we say? We don't say that I had been one with the bliss and I am coming out of that bliss. We say, Soya the Gadha jaise of Jadgaya Manushi jaise. We had slept like a donkey and got up as a human being. Usually the people say so. So why is this happening? This is the doubt. So for that doubt is asking again, please explain with another illustration so that I can realize why the people don't realize that they are coming out of existence daily in the morning. Tatha somiti hovacha. The father says, let it be so. I'll give another illustration, and a good illustration beginning now about the rivers. They don't know they are going into the ocean, they are coming back through the clouds on these mountains, etc. Became form again of the rivers, again going back. This all process happening, but they don't know at all that we are the pure ocean. They never identify themselves as ocean. And being in the state of ocean, being state of cloud, etc. also, they cannot identify themselves as Ganga or Yamuna or anything. But still, foolishly, in this intermediate transition period, they are thinking that I am Ganga, I am Yamuna, I am this, I am that. But actually, it is just water, nothing else. So similarly is here, this Jiva. In all the states actually, his existence absolute himself. But still, he does not realize that he is coming out of existence, is going into existence, is merging into existence. and is existing due to existence. That also it is not. But this is an example of the river, etc. Ta praja yasmin pravishya punaravirbhavanti, entering into which those creatures return again. Yetu ito, most of the creatures what happen? They enter into existence and they return back to the same state as they had entered before when they were before entering that particular state. Yetu ito anni, but there are certain people who are different from these. They do realize that I am existence, and during the sleep state also I am existence only. I was playing with these organs in the wake state, and I was enjoying a dream with my mind being existence itself as a witness of the whole thing. And I now giving up all those organs, external and internal, now resting back, reposing back to my own existence form. Knowing so, a person, knowledgeable person, who is experiencing the three states, is above the three states. To him, there is no question of coming back or rebirth. About them he is saying, Yetu ito anni, those who are different from these people, who are coming and again, becoming again tiger and lion and this and that. Sat satyatma abhisandhaha. Who are they? Who are different from them. How are they? He says, they are satyatma abhisandhaha, whose attention is fixed totally. Abhisandha means they are totally concentrated. Abhisandhi is there. Abhita sandhanam, manasa sandhanam has been done. Very, very strong concentration, whose attention is fixed on what? Sat, the existence. In which form that to? Satyatma, which is the true self of himself. His total concentration on that existence which is the true self of himself. Such people, yam anubhavam sadatmanam pravishya na avartante, they do not return at all. Entering into that which is of the nature of subtleness, which is the existence, sat, and which is the self, atmanam pravishya, have entering into that, na avartante, they do not return back at all. These are the two different types of people. Because they know that I am coming from existence. I had gone into existence. Therefore, they don't return to the body at all. They are all the time separate from this body, organs, mind, this whole aggregate. Thus, they are Jivan Muktas. They neither go nor come out again and again. Nitya Jagradaha, Jivan Mukta. So, why am I not like that? This is the question of Shvetaketa. Or why not all the creatures realize this? What is the reason there? That's why for the question. Yayeshanima ityadi vyakhyata. The whole mantra's meaning almost is explained before. The Hid Bhashakara does not repeat it. Therefore he says you have to understand as stated before. Now the question is putting up. Yatha loke swakiya grihe supta utthaya gramantaram gato janati swagradaagato smiti evam satagato smiti cha jantunam kasmat vijnanam na bhavaditi. This is the doubt. It is seen in this world, yatha loke, somebody, some person, swakiya grihe supta, having sleeping in his own house, then utthaya, having got up, gramantaram gata, goes to some other village, to another village, and having reached over there, he knows what? That swagrad agatosmi. He knows very well that he has reached to another village and he has come from his own house. That I have come from my house. That he knows well. Ityevam, similarly, sata agatosmi, I had gone to some place, I have come now to some other place, not. In the sleep state I had been in existence. Now I am in the wake state. Wake state is another village. I have come to another village. But I should be knowing that that is my original house. I have come from my house. Which is my house? The absolute existence. I have come from there. Why these people don't know that? Sata agatosmiti jantunam kasmad vigyam na bhavati. So why the creatures do not consciously know, why they are not aware of, why they are not able to realize that I have come from the existence which is my true form. Bhagavan Vyato, please let me, please explain, Venerable Sir, again to me how is this has happened. Ityukta. When the son said so, Tathaswamiti Vacha Pita, the fathers in reply said, let it be so.